The arena of Zitharon shimmered beneath twin suns, its crystalline floor glowing softly as nobles filled the floating balconies. For Princess Zyra of the Aurelian Empire, this was just another distraction. Humans were weak, fragile creatures from a backwater world. Or so she had been taught. She leaned forward, silver eyes locked on the lone human standing below. No armor. No visible weapon. Just a dark coat and a calm posture. "This is the one," she laughed, her voice echoing through the arena. "A single human male. I expected more entertainment." The human bowed his head slightly, not in fear, but courtesy. "I was invited," he said evenly. "I came." That annoyed her. Zyra rose from her throne and descended in a swirl of light, landing gracefully before him. Her combat suit pulsed with alien energy, far beyond human technology. "I challenge you," she declared. "Not to kill you, just to see how long you last." The crowd roared. Wagers lit up the air. The human looked around once, then back at her. "If that is what you wish. No begging. No bravado. Just acceptance." "Interesting." Zyra smiled sharply. She activated the arena's combat field, confident this would end quickly. Humans always broke, either in body or spirit. She had no idea she was smiling at a man whose name was buried in classified galactic archives. A name whispered only in war councils. And this time, the game had chosen the wrong player. The signal sounded. Zyra moved first, too fast for most species to even see. A blade of condensed plasma formed in her hand as she struck, aiming to end it in a single elegant blow. The human stepped aside. Not panicked. Not rushed. Just, gone. Her blade cut empty air. Murmurs spread through the arena. She attacked again, harder, faster, sending shockwaves across the crystalline floor. The human retreated calmly, every movement precise, as if he already knew where she would strike. "Stop running," she snapped. "I'm not," he replied. "I'm observing." That answer unsettled her. Zyra unleashed a pulse blast powerful enough to shatter tanks. The human raised one hand. A faint shimmer appeared, old tech, crude, yet impossibly effective. The blast dissolved. Silence fell. Princess Zyra stared. "Impossible." The human lowered his hand. "You rely on power," he said. "Not experience." Anger flared in her chest. She increased the arena's gravity, 5 times standard. Any normal human would have been crushed. The human's boots sank slightly, then stabilized. He stood. The nobles were no longer laughing. Zyra felt something unfamiliar tighten in her stomach, not fear, but doubt. "Who are you?" she demanded. The human met her gaze at last. His eyes were old. Not tired, experienced. Someone who hoped this wouldn't escalate. For the first time in her life, Princess Zyra realized this wasn't a performance. This was restraint. High above the arena, an elderly strategist froze as he studied the combat feed. His hands trembled. "No," he whispered. Beside him, a junior officer frowned. "Sir." The strategist leaned closer, magnifying the human's movements. Every step. Every angle. "That stance," he said quietly. "I've seen it before." Zyra charged again, her pride wounded. She activated her royal combat core, energy flaring bright enough to blind lesser beings. The human finally advanced. One step. The arena sensors screamed warnings. He didn't strike her, he redirected. A simple movement. Minimal force. Zyra was thrown across the floor, skidding to a halt. The crowd gasped. No one had ever touched the princess like that. "You could have killed me," she said, rising slowly. "Yes," the human answered. I chose not to. The strategist stood abruptly. End this match. Now. It's just a human, the officer protested. The strategist's face was pale. That is no ordinary human. That is. Below, Zyra felt her confidence crack. She activated full authorization protocols, ancient weapons forbidden outside war. The human sighed. That name you were about to use, he said softly, should stay buried. Zyra hesitated. You know our protocols. I helped write the countermeasures. The arena fell deathly silent. Somewhere in the stands, a voice finally spoke the truth aloud. The living legend. Zyra froze mid-activation. The words echoed in her mind. Living legend. Impossible. That title belonged to Myth, an ancient human commander who turned the tide of 3 galactic wars and vanished afterward. She studied the human again. The scars. The calm. The refusal to dominate. You're dead, she said. So is peace, he replied. The strategist bowed deeply from the stands. Lord Commander Arkan Vale, forgive our ignorance. Shock rippled through the Empire's elites. Zyra's breath caught. She had challenged a man who once forced entire empires to surrender, not through cruelty, but inevitability. Why are you here? She asked, her voice quieter now. Arkan looked at the arena. Because your empire keeps testing humanity like a child poking fire. He stepped closer, not threatening, just present. I came to end the curiosity before it becomes a war. Zyra lowered her weapons slowly. Her pride screamed, but something deeper listened. You let me toy with you, she said. Arkan nodded. Because power that demands respect earns rebellion. Power that shows restraint, earns pause. The arena's combat field shut down. For the first time, the princess bowed, not as royalty, but as a warrior. The crowd didn't cheer. They reflected. The arena emptied in silence. No celebrations. No wagers collected. Zyra walked beside Arkan through the grand halls, her guards dismissed. You could have humiliated me, she said. I could have destroyed your confidence, Arkan replied. That would have made your empire defensive, and dangerous. She clenched her fists. You humans are unpredictable. He smiled faintly. That's why we survive. They stopped before a massive window overlooking the stars. You challenged me for fun, he continued. I stayed because you stopped when you understood. Zyra looked at him. Most wouldn't. That's why most don't become legends. She laughed softly, genuinely this time. What happens now? She asked. Arkan turned toward the stars. Now you decide whether today was a warning, or the beginning of understanding. News spread faster than light. Alien princess defeated, human legend confirmed alive. Empires paused fleets. Councils reopened treaties. Humanity's name resurfaced, not in fear, but respect. Zyra stood before her people and told the truth. We mistook restraint for weakness, she said. And almost paid for it. Across space, Arkan prepared to leave. His mission complete. Zyra stopped him at the dock. Will we meet again? If your people remember today, he said, then no. She nodded. And if we forget? He smiled, kind, tired, unafraid. Then I'll remind you. The stars swallowed Arkan's ship. Princess Zyra stood alone, watching. She had challenged a human for fun. And faced a living legend. Not with arrogance. But with restraint. And the galaxy was forever changed.